Thanks so much for your messages that you sent in on that story. I want to turn to some others out of China. You may remember on the programme yesterday, we brought you a special BBC report into the Chinese treatment of Uyghur women in detention centres in Xinjiang. It was a very difficult listen because the report contained detailed testimony from numerous women of rape and torture. There has been strong reaction from the Chinese Foreign Ministry. I want to bring in the BBC's China media analyst, Kerry Allen. Good to have you back with us, Kerry. So what has the reaction been?
Well, in today's Foreign Ministry press briefing, Wang Wenbin didn't really, he went all in. He said there's no so-called re-education camps in Xinjiang. He said that the women in the BBC video were actors, and he also he really zoomed in on the BBC and said we've seen so many bad-mouthing misinformation campaigns against Xinjiang and China, and several names have repeatedly come up in them, like the BBC. Now, these foreign ministry briefings, they get shared by China's leading media like CCTV and Global Times. So across China, there is a very strong message going out today that the BBC is spreading disinformation with this report. So this is what a lot of people in China are seeing, and they are believing this because it is so widespread.
That was what I was also wondering, how the public perhaps was picking up on that message being sent out by the government. But I suppose, as you say, that is the line that is there. I want to move on to another contentious issue. This is just coming up not so long ago. Chinese state television has had its license to broadcast in the UK revoked. So this is the UK regulator called Ofcom. They concluded that Star Media, which holds the license, does not have editorial control over the output of China's English language channel, CGTN. What are the implications of this?
There are many quite serious implications. I mean, one of these might be, just based on people's reaction to this, because you can normally get a sense in China of how people react immediately to these stories and what the government might do. And the mass load of reaction that's come in instantly was people saying, well, maybe China should retaliate against the BBC and stop the BBC reporting. And that could mean either cancelling journalists' visas in the country, because you need a visa to enter China, or it could also mean that the BBC, which does have a presence particularly on TV, you can watch BBC News on in hotels and in some private education institutes, they could just be pulled off air. But China does already kind of very much control the BBC's presence within the country. So there is censorship of online reports, of radio. It's difficult for radio signals to reach the country. And then websites. For example, if people wanted to listen to the World Service now in China, they'd find that the website will be blocked, so they won't be able to access it and listen.
And the BBC, just for our global listeners, a publicly funded broadcaster, but not a state broadcaster directed by the government. There is another story, we're not going to have time to get to it, but I'm going to direct people to it, Kerry, online. The line is, China's men are too feminine. What's it all about? And it's basically about China promoting an education drive to make boys more manly. And I put that in inverted commas, but it is up on our Asia pages, our China pages on the BBC News website. Kerry Allen, great to have you with us. Thanks for going through those stories with us. Come back again soon. You're listening to OS from the BBC World Service.